Hello and welcome back to Wario Winter, the advent calendar where I'm walking through every single Wario game. Today, we're looking at the often forgotten Wario game, Wario World on the GameCube. Let's get started. This was one of those games that I have always been so unbelievably curious to play since hearing about it on YouTube. Now, as I'm sure I've mentioned before, GameCube games usually cost a month's rent to purchase, and this game in particular is usually around $100 or more. However, this game will forever be one of the best finds I've ever gotten in my collecting career, as I paid $2 for a complete in-box copy of this game in good condition from a library book sale. In a way, it was finding this game that day that inspired me to make this Wario Winter series in the first place, as an excuse to play this game for a video. Wario World is unlike any other Wario game I've played, or any GameCube game I've played for that matter. It's a 3D platformer, but mostly played in 2.5D perspective. The controls are clean, but the camera is what intrigues me the most about them. Because of the unique perspective, the camera is not free roam, instead being able to switch to a handful of different angles that are fixed. It would make it difficult, except the game is mostly built around this, so I never felt like it was that intrusive. Only in a few of the crystal puzzle rooms did I think that the camera got in the way. Besides the camera, Wario also controls how you'd expect him to. Regular moves like the shoulder rush and the pickup and throw mechanic are here, but for some unexplained reason, Wario can also use a Kirby-like inhale move that looks insanely creepy with this model of Wario. I did, however, really appreciate the new pile driver and tornado spin moves. Everything in this game looks like a fever dream. Wario translated to 3D fairly well, but they decided to use an entirely new slate of locations and enemies that we've never seen or haven't gotten used to in the Mario franchise. All of the environments are decent looking, but I can't help but notice how sparse they are in terms of what they're filled with. I can't imagine this game had a ton of budget because so much of the levels and enemies are very simple and not extremely detailed, especially in the crystal puzzle rooms, which all take place in these like beige voids and are all the same within the world. A small thing I was not a fan of was the way the enemies respawn. Every single time you leave the screen, an enemy group might be in, and then go back there, all of the enemies have respawned no matter how many of them were there. It thankfully doesn't happen too often that you need to backtrack, but there are some levels where it requires you to go back and forth through an area, and it gets annoying that every time you have to deal with the enemies. The positives for the enemies, though, are the bosses. The bosses are absolutely wild, but fun to fight, and actually do require some strategy to overcome. This is one of Nintendo's weirdest first-party games on the GameCube. I'm curious why they've never thought to do another 3D Wario game, because seeing another game come out in this style now would be so unbelievably interesting. I enjoyed my time playing the game, even if not a minute ever went by that I had any idea what was going on. Have you played Wario World? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe while you're down there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.